This video get the kind spoilers, brah. Hello, my name is the legendary Zoltan, and I'm about to share with you 30 objective flaws in Valkyrie Elysium PS4 version. No, these are not my personal opinions. They are aspects of the game that, if changed or removed, would make the game objectively better. Some are big, some are small. All are objective. So you won't hear me talk about length. You won't hear me talk about the number of EINHERJAR. You won't hear me talk about missed opportunities. We are not here to talk about what we wish was in the game. We are only here to talk about what's in the game. If you'd like to hear about the objectively well done aspects, or how this game compares to Valkyrie Profile 1 and 2, check the description or the pinned comment for links to those videos. Number 1. Almost every stage looks, sounds, and plays exactly the same. All stages look like ruins and trees. There are 9 stages, but they all take place in only 5 areas. In fact, stage 8 and 9 are not only the same area, but the exact same route with the exact same starting point and the exact same types of enemies. That was pretty ridiculous. Number 2. Loading times on the PS4 last anywhere from 20 to 50 seconds. This includes every time you die. Pretty harsh. Number 3. There are too many unnecessary materials in too great of numbers. Divide them by 10 at least. Number 4. Obtained materials tally up 10 at a time, so you have no idea how much of each material you are actually receiving from each battle. Stick a total at the end. Number 5. There are often times when mist blocks your path, or Maria will turn around and say that she needs to be somewhere else if you go the wrong way. But it's possible to totally not notice the final chest of a subquest if you're facing the wrong way at the end of the battle and find yourself wandering around for 20 minutes, confused about what to do. Number 6. You can't switch between tutorial messages during loading screens. So why did they put these bullet points here as though you can switch between them? That's dumb, brah. Number 7. The block is slow. It is very difficult to figure out the timing for a perfect guard. Is she actually blocking during the animation or only after she has raised her sword completely? Hopefully it's the former, since guarding won't cancel attack animations to allow you to block quickly. Number 8. The EINHERJAR puzzles are advertised as puzzles during the tutorial, but are in fact not puzzles. It's just a thing you occasionally have to do to continue forward. You don't have to think about which EINHERJAR to use, because when you are near the area, the one who can solve it for you calls out to you. Nothing has been done with this mechanic at all. Number 9. Lots of chests contain useless emerald gems. What a waste of a chest. Number 10. There is no point in collecting the hollow blossoms. The stories in them seem to be completely disconnected from anything in the game, and there is no gameplay use for them. Number 11. The checkpoints in this game are crappy. The moment you start a boss fight is not a checkpoint. Using the save crystal does not update the checkpoint either. It's some random point before the boss and before the crystal. So if you arrived at the save crystal and went to fight some battles off to the sides and pick up a couple of hollow blossoms, then save, fight the boss and die, when you restart from the checkpoint, you'll have to go do all that side content again. Number 12. Belze, B-E-E-L-Z-E, is pronounced Belize? Get the fuck out of here! Belize. Number 13. You can pause the action, but you can't stop the timer. So if you want to pause the game to go to the bathroom, you'll lose points from your time score and may lose what could have been an S rank during the results screen. Number 14. It is possible to get trapped between lots of guys and a wall and the camera will be aimed incorrectly and you won't be able to see what's going on while you get beaten to death. It happens most in the last 2 stages where you fight lots of enemies in small areas. Number 15, you constantly have to spin the camera around to search the environment. Number 16, there are so few times to use the soul chain outside of combat, and nothing interesting or impressive is done with it. Number 17, picking up the hollow blossoms is too slow. Developers have worked in a safeguard to prevent players from accidentally mashing through important text, but that means players can't intentionally mash through unimportant text either. Number 18, you can't see the map while moving. Number 19, a lot of the doors in this game close and lock themselves the moment you step through. That could lock you out of getting a super important, super useful flower. Number 20, if you want to go back into a stage to pick up any of the super important, super useful flowers that you missed, you can't just go in, get them, and get out. You have to finish the entire mission again. That includes fighting the boss again. Number 21, you can knock on people's doors in the one village that exists in the game, but there's no point in doing so at all. Number 22, every time you stop and do nothing for even 2 seconds, your EINHERJAR converse with each other. But it's the same conversation every time until you reach the next stage. Number 23, even when not in combat, there are lots of areas that mess up the camera. Number 24, you can't equip swords on the down button or the left button. You can only equip items there. There is no reason we shouldn't be able to equip swords there, especially when you consider that the game penalizes you for using items. Number 25, once you've learned the combat, you've learned the entire game. Nothing new is ever introduced. Number 26, characters often strike the same pose for everything they say, especially Cypher. The canned actions and the subdued voice direction doesn't work during the scene where Nora declares she is not Odin's puppet. Number 27, the English lip synchronization doesn't match at all. Just this once, I'm going to throw in my opinion here. Who cares? I can't understand people who care about this in video games. Movies, maybe. Video games, no. Number 28. The soul that leads you to items in chapters 8 and 9 simply leads you to blossoms that are on the map. You've been going to those blossoms all this time. The soul that leads you to things is pointless. Number 29. The autosave is only for continuing from checkpoints. If you turn the game off, you must continue again from the last save crystal at which you saved. If you are allowed to continue from the checkpoint immediately after you die, there's no reason not to let us do so after we turn off the game to go to bed. Number 30. The final boss gauntlet has several flaws that I'm combining into one entry so that I can have exactly 30 flaws in this video. For starters, it's way too many bosses in a row with no save points in between any of them. Fenrir, Hilde, Fenrir again, Egon, Cypher, Christopher, Taika, Odin. That's 8 bosses, and all of them are pretty hard. Another problem with this section is the needless repetition. The second fight against Fenrir was the same as the first, and this is like our 4th battle against Hilde. Also, both Odin and Fenrir lose all their intimidation when you actually fight them. They aren't easy, but Hilde is way harder than Fenrir. And all other bosses are but mice compared to your EINHERJAR. Christopher is the hardest boss in the game. I lost all fear of Odin after having to fight all of my EINHERJAR. There you go. 30 objective flaws in Valkyrie Elysium. If you enjoyed it and would like to help me out a lot, press the like button and subscribe for more JRPG videos like this one. Thank you very much for watching. This has been the legendary Zoltan.